Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all better think first last. Honestly, so late. I went to the gym, just ate. I wasn't sure if I was gonna hop on, but we here. We got some electrolyte, so we here. What's up? It's super late, so I don't expect a lot of East Coast people to be on this shit at all. Honestly, I don't even know if some of these West Coast people gonna get in, but we here though. With that being said, we're gonna do some live tuning real quick. So I noticed that my mic was not giving me. You know what? I don't actually need the surround sound one because it's just me. So maybe we switch it to this mode. Hey, what up, first? Here we go. What up, brother? All right, so how do I sound? We're adjusting sounds right now. I can't hear myself, so I don't know how to echo it. Is there echo? Do we need more? We need less. We switched it to one-on-one mode so that it's just me. Usually the sound back and forth. What up, Miracle Draws? We're adjusting the mic real quick, so welcome. All right, I'm gonna push the gain just a little bit. Y'all tell me. Miracle Draw said it sounds good. How we doing over here? Okay, we can go just a little bit more gain. How's that sound, everybody? We straight? We straight? A little bit more? I don't know. We doing good sound checks. Hopefully we sounding all right. All right, we good. We good. Let's get into it. No echo. Sounds like the mic is a bit too close. Okay, so what we can also do is I can reduce this just a little bit, which should actually reduce my projection some. So hopefully it won't be that good. All right, welcome to AB3 Anime. We are here to answer some AX ready questions for you guys. I'm glad Eric is here also because he could throw some answers in this bitch for you guys. Because I've been dunking these cosplay questions, Eric. So I need some cosplay answers. Eric, honestly, if you had your stuff open, I would open up Discord and put you on too. I don't know what you got set up right now, so just type in the chat. All right, so as always, we are here, guys. We're getting things ready. The next step for most people is travel, so we're gonna change it back. Where's it change it back? Does the sound that bad? Oh, I'm too light. What up, Colorado? Is it too quiet, Eric? Now it's too quiet. Put it back up. I'll put it back up. So there we go. Hopefully that worked. Um, so we are going to answer AX ready questions, but since travel is our next top priority, we're going to check some travel locations and get some flight prices for you guys. All right. So this is what everybody should be working on next. It's flights. All right. I can't. Hotels are done. I feel you guys if you don't have a hotel situation, but okay, good, good, good. Hotels are done right now. Let me show you guys what I mean. So, first of all, me and Eric and a lot of people all agree the next hotel block had to be smaller. Just had to be. There's no way it's not. Even with everything that was happening, wow, that's wrong. Even with everything that was happening with the hotels and all this other stuff, we got the World Cup in town. There's no way these blocks weren't smaller with the rate they sold out and with what's left. There's no way. It's just impossible for the room blocks to be the same size. Last year, this time, we all did this process. We checked rooms. Either AX is increasing their attendance this year, which would be insane because the con is already better. 2018 was my first one. Colorado 2018 was my first AX. Um, Either AX is increasing the amount of people coming this year, which is crazy, first of all. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, There's two options for the room block. Option one is more people are coming, so they've ate the rooms up. Option two is the room blocks were smaller. It's one of the two. Last year when we did this process, we went through the entire thing. It said here on stream with you guys, and there were probably 8 to 10 hotels left, maybe 14, and they weren't the big ones, but they were what was left. You could still book up until whatever, like minimum. I swear to God, minimum. There had to be somewhere between 10 and 15 hotels left on the list. I showed you guys on the screen. You could still book. Bro, that has changed dramatically this year. Um, so either there are more attendees coming, or Anime Expo's room blocks were smaller because there are only 3 hotels left for con days. 3, and you know how this says room available? Some of these don't even have all the dates. Some of the days are actually waitlisted. So this one actually has all the days. Respect it. Respect it. So maybe these are some of the hotels that have all the days. Because there were one or two that only had um, certain days available. So this one, okay. So the 3 left, you can still stay all the time days. But there are only 3 hotels left. Last year there were like 15. Okay? 15 is way different. When we did this last year, we went through all this together, and for days there were like 10 to 15 hotels left. This year there's 3. So again, that leaves us with 2 conclusions. Option one, there are way more people coming and they needed way more rooms. Option two, AX room blocks are smaller, which also begs the question that if the room blocks are smaller, was it because of the World Cup or was it because we're going to have a reduced space in the convention center this year? Because contrary to belief, unlike last year, convention center construction will be taking place for sure this year with the World Cup being in 2 years. They have to start construction in that area. So what that means, I don't know. Last year we thought there would be slight construction, but they pushed it. This year, from what I understand, there will be some construction. I don't know if that means the exterior has more construction going on versus the interior. I don't know. But there's only 3 hotels left, so very surprised at the fact there are only 3 hotels left. Next up, flights, fam. This is stage 2. This is stage 2 of our process. Now, what your boy is going to do, I'm going to show you guys some major East Coast airports. If you're on the East Coast, we're going to show you some major East Coast airports that will take you to LAX. Now, Miracle Jones is in the chat. How far, I've never checked this, but we might check it. How far is Burbank Airport to downtown LA? But someone said it's the same distance. I don't know for sure, but someone did say it's the same distance. I've never flown into Burbank. I've always flown in and out of LAX. So, from DC, one stops will run you 321. Non-stops are going to run you 440 right now out of DC. That is actually a lot higher than genuinely predicted. It is usually not that high. So I am surprised to see the price be that high for a non-stop out of DC. Oh, that's in February. That's why. Let's let's change some dates. All right, that was my fault. Okay, sometimes I make mistakes too. Let's change this. Let's change this. All right, you come in the day before the con, you leave the day after the con, and what is our cost still $400? It don't look like the cost is going to change much. Okay, 315. We're talking about nonstop at 315. That is so much better than the number I had before. Okay, 315 is a manageable number. The other number I've paid it before, but it sucks. All right, so we're talking about 315 out of DC. Again, I'm showing you guys East Coast flights. JFK is probably going to be if you fly to New York. I know some people fly to LaGuardia, but I think that's more military flights than anything. So we're going to check JFK for some people. Um, 462 on the non-stops. That's pretty high. Damn. Oh, that's because we got the wrong date in here. Again, what am I doing? This is why I told you guys you almost didn't get a stream. Because functionally, your boy's a little tired from the gym. But shout out to Eric. We're holding each other accountable. We both back in the gym right now. So, brotherly competition out this bitch. All right, 385. No, 462 for still 462. That did not change. So JFK is a bit expensive right now to fly out of. 462 is pretty big. That's a little bit. Now, there's a reason I check Raleigh and Charlotte, even though they're like 2 hours apart from each other, is because they both do major flights on the East Coast. On the East Coast, I'd say we have five or six major airports. So we're at 371 out of Raleigh. And let's see, out of Charlotte, we are at. I generally end up flying out of DC. We've kind of done it the last couple AXs, so that's not something that's not new for us. But if it's worth flying closer, we do it. Um, 390 out of Charlotte. Now we're gonna go a bit further south. All right, we're gonna check Orlando and Atlanta. Now, would I drive these distances? No, but if you're in these areas and close to these airports, it makes sense for you. For me, it don't. For others, it does. Orlando is only 4 hours from Atlanta, so if you can drive to Atlanta and it's cheaper, go ahead and do that. So Orlando's 389, and we're gonna check Atlanta. Atlanta is literally one of the busiest airports in the world, not just the country. It's like the Eastern hub, so it's the one of the biggest ones in the world. It's constantly busy with flights. So for this day, 350 is what you're looking for. Oh, 449 for a nonstop. So that's kind of what you're looking for a flight right now. You're looking between 3 and 450. The reason we want to get flights probably by the end of next month, if possible. You want to get flights before the end of February. As we get into spring, travel plans are going to start to be arranged for a lot of people. The reason I try to plan everything so early for you guys on our YouTube is if you get everything kind of as wrapped up as you can before spring, that gives you time to just go and save for spring, during spring and summer. Also, people start to plan their travel plans in the spring for the summer. So we're planning in the winter. But in spring, when the colleges start to go on spring break, these kids get together. They try to figure out where they're going to go this summer. Parents start looking at where they're going to take their kids, especially if they don't go on a spring trip. They want to look at a summer trip for their kids. So just pay attention to that. Be aware of it. If you can get your flight early, get your flight early, but try to shoot for somewhere near the end of the month next month. All right. Try not to get out of February without your plane ticket if you can help it. Now, if you got to get your ticket in March, you got to get your ticket in March. But if you can get out of February with your ticket paid for, do it. Now, let's get into what we're really here for. The Anime Expo Reddit questions. How to take and carry a chair during AX visit. First of all, I didn't even know you could get through the door with a chair like this. I ain't gonna pretend. Um, I'm highly impressed because I didn't think you could do this. That's crazy. I've seen people do the little can chair things, like um, what are those things called? Pop up chair, pop up chair, what? Canteen. It's like this thing. I've seen people pop up with this. Okay, this was the brand new in style thing that everybody did last cons, the last two cons. They got these things. I heard some people were having trouble and AX was telling them they couldn't have it. But last year I still saw people with these same chairs. So they're not expensive. They're super quick and easy, like they're small to carry, they pop right out. But again, you do have to carry it all day. So at some point you're gonna be carrying that chair. These are mainly used on day one. You don't see people with these chairs any other day at the con besides day one. That is the only day you really see these out. But that is an option if you do need a chair for waiting in line. Go with that option. And don't think that, I mean, the line wait, once the line started moving last year, we were in the building in less than 10 minutes. But we were waiting 2 or 3 hours. So just remember that. You do get there early so you're not too far back in line. But once the line starts moving, you're generally in the building within 10 minutes to 15, depending on where you are in line. What up, Chaz? Harry Potter pins, hotel block payment. So I was in charge of booking a room. I got lucky and got a room at the line. The charge hasn't been deducted yet. Anyone know? Oh, okay. So again, no one's going to charge you guys for your hotel room until we check into the hotel. As of right now, your reservations are being held. Your rooms will not be charged to you until we check into the hotel. Okay? So just remember that. Is aluminum chainmail allowed for cosplay? Eric is in the chat. Eric, answer this question if you can. I don't know. I'm not sure. AX has very strict cosplay rules, but I'm not positive on if you're allowed to do aluminum chainmail. Um, Finally catch a live stream. What up, microwave fork? We here. Which close by hotel provides complimentary breakfast? Sorry for sounding like a foodie. I'm trying to find a way not to spend money on groceries and take back to my hotel room. Since during the convention are ridiculously pricey. If anyone has past experience with which hotel does that, I'll be glad to make that decision to choose that hotel. Um, I'm not trying to be rude to this person, but they posted this 3 days ago. That's like 3 or 4 days after we already booked hotels for the con. So I don't know when they expected to book a room. The only complimentary hotel breakfast that I know about close by is the residence, and none of the other ones got complimentary breakfast. But also, I don't know if someone told bro, but the rooms are gone. Embassy Suite does, but that's a little far. Motels, Resident Inn. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this. That's wild. Tips for returning attendees. I haven't attended AX once back in 2024. I'm super excited to be back. Probably had best time ever. I got my badge, whatever. However, I missed out on last year's con, unfortunately, because of obligations. What are improvements and concerns over that time I should know before going? Or just any general tips to help probably narrow it down. The main reason for going to the cons or getting autographs. Okay, so the only thing that has changed since this person came in 2020. What up, Super Fang? Oh, Eric answered the question. Okay, Eric, chainmail is fine to wear as long as it is used as a blunt metric on your prop weapons, and as long as it's a part of your outfit. So it has to be blunt or part of your outfit to use as cosplay. Thank you, brother, because I don't cosplay. So for those of you guys who were here in 2024 but did not attend 2025, 2024 setup was the exact same as 2025 when it comes to the convention center itself, because the entrances were still the same. AX Crossing was still in the same place in 2024 as it was in 2025. And nothing for the convention center itself changed. Now, 2025 extended the area of Anime Expo. Um, 2025 gave us the LA Live area as part of the con. That was the biggest adjustment. LA Live became a part of Anime Expo. They put the beer garden there. There were food stalls there. They were doing panels at the Peacock Theater. So LA Live became a part of Anime Expo. That's the biggest change. Now, when it comes to autograph system was completely different. Autographs used to be, and I'm not joking when I say this, you had to go get in the autograph line, hopefully get a ticket to whatever person you want, and then go get in that person's line to get your autograph signed. This used to take hours, hours upon hours to get your autograph done. They changed that system last year. Now, AX 2024 and 25 was peak AX. Agreed. It's never been run better. At 2024 and 2025, never been run better. Totally agree. Now, when you do autographs now, there's a big change in the system. You guys haven't seen it yet, but there is an autograph notification that will go out from Anime Expo to let you know autographs are ready. You have to go sign up for a second account, and I'm not joking, with the website that does autographs. You have to have an account with them. You go on to said website, and if you're lucky, you buy a ticket for that person's autograph. If you have to pay for it, some autographs are free. Not all of them have to be paid for. Some are free. But you get a ticket for that person's autograph on said website. The process of getting your autograph is slightly different, though. Now, when you get a ticket for your autograph, there is a time window that you are assigned. So it's not that you can go all day once you have the ticket, you just show up at any time of day. You actually have a time window that you have to use your ticket in. If you get a ticket, you're guaranteed an autograph. Hear me out. If you get a ticket for a 1 to 3 window, you are guaranteed an autograph, but only in that 1 to 3 window. You can't get an autograph before that. You can't get an autograph after that. The only negative to this is if you want more than one autograph from two different people. One, if they're in the same time window, you have to line up for that one person, get their autograph. Here's the craziest part. You can't then stay in the building and just hop in the other line. You actually have to exit the building, go all the way around, come back up to the back of the line for the other person. If they're at two different time windows, you have to come back. If you have a one ticket that is a time window of 1 to 3, but you can't get the other time window till 6 to 7, you have to leave at 3 at the latest. You can't just stay there and be like, "Yo, I'm right here. Can I just get the autograph?" It doesn't work that way. You have to leave and come back at 6 o'clock. So understand when you're getting autographs from any kind of guest, you're going to have to make sure you're coordinating your time window. And if those windows happen to overlap with panels, you have to eat that too. Just remember that. Okay? Schedule your autograph away from whatever panels you really want to see. Because sometimes those autograph lines move really slow. So just be aware of that. If you got a panel you want to check out, understand do not schedule your ticket signing the same time as your panel. How much are autographs? I don't know. Some autographs are free. Okay. Some autographs you have to pay for. Understand if it is a U.S. voice actor, personally, dub voice actor, usually you're going to have to pay for that autograph. Okay. Now, some of the international guests you do have to pay for also, but some do not charge you. But 90% of the U.S. dub guests are going to charge you for autographs. I got hold of the autograph because I really wanted one from a voice actor, but then it sold out, which kind of sucked. I kind of came for them, and I had to go to 3 separate voice actors on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I mean, they'll take up your day. Like autographs will take up your day because now you got to remember you're taking a window of 1 to 3, so that's 2 hours already. You also want to be in line a little bit early so that you can be there for your window to get your autograph. Now, while you're guaranteed an autograph, you're not guaranteed a certain space in line, so you do need to line up for this. So you're probably looking at 12:30 being in line for your 1 o'clock autograph, and then you're there from 12 to 3. Anime Expo is literally all about a game of managing your time. Because I showed you guys this every year when the schedule comes out, we'll go over it again. But honestly, it's a time management system. Um, we'll use last year's schedule so I can show you real quick what I mean. Because let's see, they may have pulled it. We've looked it up a couple times. I typed that in wrong. That's what happened. Okay, there we go. So we'll use this as an example. Also, I think Burbank Airport is the same distance as LAX, but not sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to research that for travel for the rest of this stuff. Because my favorite part of the con, they were hella nice, so I hope I can meet them this year if I attend. I hope you get that, Colorado. Pull it off. You got this. All right, so we're gonna use Saturday as an example because it's the busiest day of the con and the biggest panels. I ain't gonna go too far. I'm gonna just start here because it's an even number. Okay, so My Hero special event hosted by Toho. Yes, that Toho. That's how exclusive Anime Expo is. This event was at 10 o'clock. Well, let's go further in the day. We don't want to. No, we can use that. We can use that. I don't care right now. All right, so the My Hero panel was at 10 o'clock, which means you probably want to be in line for that somewhere between 8 and 8:30 to guarantee you a good spot because these panels fill up super quick. So you want to probably be in line for this somewhere between 8:30. 9 is pushing it. You can do 9, but 9 is pushing it. I'm just telling you, the bigger the panel, the rooms tend to cap. Now the Peacock Theater was massive, but I shit you not, when we walked downstairs, First Last can confirm this. When we walked downstairs, the morning time for some of these TikTok panels, the line to get into them were almost as big as the Anime Expo attendance line. It was crazy to walk around these people trying to go into the Peacock Theater. But again, me personally, you line up for something major at least 2 hours early, minimum hour and a half early. So we're just gonna go with the 2 hour window. So if this is at 10 o'clock, you're probably lining up at 8 o'clock. This panel ends at 11:20. So you're tied up in this panel from 8 o'clock to 11:20. So that's already 3 hours and 20 minutes that you're tied up with this one panel. But that does not mean that you can go to an 11:30 panel because you also need to be lined up about an hour to 2 hours early for whatever panel. So that means all these 11:30 panels right here and this 12 o'clock panel because you're not going to make that. So you couldn't see One Punch Man. You got to give up One Punch Man because you can't get out of that panel at 11:20 and go to One Punch Man. It's almost impossible. So you're probably realistically getting out at 11:20 and shooting for a 1 o'clock panel because that gives you enough time from 11:20 you get to whatever because these are long distances we have to walk to get to some of these panel areas. You get to whatever area by 11:45 maybe. So you're an hour and 15 early. So even then, it's kind of tight. 1:30 gives you the best window. So realistically speaking, you're probably not going to your next panel till 1:30. You started at 8:20 in the morning lining up for My Hero. But because of how long the panel is and because of how early you have to line up, you're not going to go to another panel till almost 1:30, bro. So what is that? 8:20, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 5 hours that just got spent trying to go from one panel to a second panel. 5 hours out of your day already gone. This is what you got to calculate when you go to Anime Expo. Is some of these bigger panels are so close together, you got to just bite the bullet and say, I'm not going to make it to that. Because some of them are big. Now, the trick that we all end up using is if it's in the same room and it's a big enough panel, you just sit your ass there, you don't leave. But 5 hours is what you're looking at, bro. You're looking at a 5 hour window to go from panel to panel if you got to switch rooms. So when you're thinking about how your Anime Expo schedule is, kind of be realistic and understand that one panel can cost you 6 hours of your day. One panel can cost you 6 hours to the next panel. And that's just a real statement. I don't want to put that on you, but it's just the way it is. Man, I got to attend more panels. I only attended the JJK and in the ceremony and was too fascinated by everything else. Colorado, I literally did that my first year. My first year at Anime Expo, me and Eric's, we probably attended 2 panels. No bullshit. Maybe. The first day we had migraines. We didn't do anything but walk the dealer's room. The other 2 days, I think we maybe attended one panel. You're so right about being an hour early. I went to the voice auditions and it was full already. Yes, because okay, so you guys gotta understand anything major is gonna fill up immediately. There are 100,000 people. We're all anime fans. We're literally all there to see all these premieres, all these panels, all these autographs. All of us are actually there and all of us like the same shit. So every one of these big rooms, if it is one of the 10 most pop, if you go to Crunchyroll's most popular list, and if that anime is holding a panel, con, expect that line to be super long, and you need to be there at least 2 hours early. This packed up. Dr. Stone was packed. All these things were really packed. Don't get me wrong. And anything that says premiere, well, I underestimated a premiere. So Netflix premiered The Summer Hikaru Died. I shit you not. Our friend group, we hung out, we got together. We were like, yo, we'll go get in line for The Summer Hikaru Died. No big deal. It ain't gonna be that bad. It's a new anime on Netflix. I ain't even never heard of it, so I doubt the line will be that long. When I tell you the line for The Summer Hikaru Died wrapped all the way around the movie theater, the highway, and then back down the side of the movie theater. It was crazy, bro. We couldn't get in. By the time we walked over and we saw the line, we were like, fuck, we just getting food. We're done. 'Cause there was no way for us to go into that panel. And we were there like an hour and a half, 2 hours early. So the line was already wrapped around the corner for it. What Eric got? I did that as well. I was there. The voice acting thing was crazy. I was there at 9 a.m. for the 1 p.m. event, and there were 100 people in front of me, and they only auditioned 40. Yeah, Eric was sad. I felt so bad for him because I was talking to him, trying to encourage my little brother. I felt so bad because when he showed up, he called me. He was like, "Yo, there's 100 people in front of me." And then when they finally did the audition thing, they literally only took 40 people. Like I don't think I think they underestimated how many people would want to do that. Um, and as far as I know, the panel wasn't even that long. Like the panel was only like from 1 to 12, 1 to 12:30. So I think they just highly underestimated the interest in that panel. Um, what is the latest I can get weekend tickets? Luckily, I'm always at the least popular panels. You do be at the panels that are like the room before the big panel starts. Because we've missed Miracle Draws 2 years in a row. So and it was because literally we were going into a room as she's coming out of a room somewhere and it just missed all day. Because she goes to the arts panel. So shout out to you. Hope your manga's going well that you're creating. Um Damn, it sucks. I really want to do voice acting as a career, so hopefully everything turns out all right. Hope they do it this year. I already got my hotel booked, but I want to wait before grabbing tickets. Here's my thing. Based on the way things are set up this year, I wouldn't push past May without having my Anime Expo ticket. Anime Expo tickets usually don't sell out till a week or two before the con. So literally June is normally when it is, or that Sunday before the con. I personally wouldn't push past May this year because I swear it feels like they're going to cap attendees this year because of construction. And I swear they've already capped the amount of hotel rooms. I'm not going to look up the video, but I swear to God, guys, there were at least 10 to 15 hotels left after we did rooms last year. And there are none this year. So it was a 1 hour session, and they joked we should tell AX to give them a bigger time slot. Y'all been doing this for 20 years, and you know how long takes. It could have been capped and put on the schedule. Yeah, I agree, Eric. They should have capped it before throwing it on the schedule. And that's where it's crazy. For voice auditions, an hour is crazy. Questions on badge activation. This is actually a good one. I'm new to this sub and I've never been to Anime Expo, so I have some questions about bag activation. I'm a minor who's going this year with my friend and her mom, not own my own parents. Would probably be the one to buy the badge. Did get it mail, but not sure if I need an ID or the parent that purchased the badge from me when I get there. No. So your badge gets mailed to you. We don't have to show IDs to get into the building or anything like that. So you don't need an ID to get into the building. The only thing you need an ID for is 21 plus panels, 18 plus panels. And if you have to get your ticket, again, like if your badge stops working, you need to go get a replacement badge. You do have to show ID to get the replacement badge. The person who purchased the badge has to show their ID to get you a replacement badge. As for badge activation, now I did see this year on our Showcase accounts there is a slot for activating the badge. We did have to activate our badges last year. You do not have to activate the badge until you receive it, though. Once you receive it, there should be a code on the back of the badge. I think it's the last 8 digits of the first number or something like that. Look for that video when it's time. But once the badge gets in, you do have to go into your Showclicks account and activate your badge. Never stayed at the Omni. Can't tell you what it's like. Can't tell you what I'm cosplaying. Are you guys cosplaying in the chat? You guys cosplaying this year? I know Eric is, but Eric always does an original cosplay. Which you guys should be getting ready to see some video of. I did talk to Eric. He told me he's getting ready to show you guys step by step over the next couple months of him creating this cosplay. So that's going to be pretty dope when he starts posting it. But are the rest of you guys cosplaying at all? Matter of fact, I swear, when I met Miracle Drawers for the first time, she was wearing a cosplay that very first Anime Expo we did. Mel from Vancouver, won AX for the first time, looking for people to meet up with. Motel 6 experience. I don't know nothing about Motel 6. Advice for the Moxie. I wanted to share this because it caught me off guard and I didn't think to share it the first year, but my first time staying at the Moxie while great came with a surprise fee I did not budget for. It will pop up under the TV per day, but essentially it's a tourist fee as well as a hotel credit for the little restaurant on the street level towards the convention. Food is okay, not worth the price, and I could not figure out how to get rid of the fee. So word of warning, save around $80 per day because it caught me off guard the first time. So there is a tourist fee with all our reservations. It's just part of the LA stuff. It's there. It's on our ticket. Now, the convenience fee at the little restaurant or cafe downstairs. This is where your boy has told you guys. If you charge coffee, tea, snacks, sodas to your room at the little cafes downstairs, they will literally add that in to your hotel costs and they will remove that fee from your security deposit. So if you decide to charge things at any of these little cafes, all these hotels have them. The little cafes downstairs, the gift shops, the snacks, all that stuff. If you decide to charge that at any of these hotels, they will take that money out of your security deposit and it will take an extra 30 days for you to get your money back. So again, if you're gonna buy anything downstairs at any of these restaurants, any of these cafes, any of these gift shops, pay for it yourself so you're not charged out of your security deposit. I'm gonna cosplay Persona 3 protagonist like last year. Gotta buy it again because she right now and Bomb Devil just ordered the helmet this weekend and going to order more parts. Creating my Mandalorian original character, yeah, that's what I thought. It's gonna be fun. Watch how Amateur creates something kind of okay-ishly good. Eric is getting ready to figure out how. So he's not 3D printing his armor for his Mandalorian original character. I think he's making it out of foam. So this is gonna be interesting to see how he pulls this off. Um, but that's what's up, Colorado. I don't cosplay, but we are back in the gym though. We've been in there. Tomorrow is technically rest day for me. So I won't be doing weights and stuff, but I will be going for a walk. It's gonna be cold as fuck when I go for this walk, but I will be going for a walk tomorrow. But it is a rest day, so no weights. I think First Lash will probably stab me in my leg to keep me from going to the gym tomorrow because I've been told I need a rest day. So we gonna take a rest day tomorrow and just go for a walk. Bro, Mandalorian cosplays are so cool. They are. He's gonna kill it. Eric's original cosplays are really dope too, so he does a good job with his original stuff. Um, I think my favorite original from Eric is probably his he has this gold I don't have I got a picture of it on my phone. I don't know how well I can show you guys. I think I still have a picture of it on my phone. He has this pirate arm thing he created from scratch. Let me see if I can find it. I honestly don't know if I still got it in this phone. First of all, this one's one of Eric's original. I don't even know if he remembers this. So this is all original, by the way. Everything. He hand makes. Let's find the camera. Let's make that work first. There we go. He hand makes all this stuff. So this was an original character Eric did. And then I don't know if I have his pirate one up here. Okay, okay. Again, original pirate cosplay done by your boy Eric. So Eric be doing work. Eric be doing work. And then we have original Sith Lord. So shout out to Eric. Eric be putting in work out here with his original cosplays. The camera battery is dying again, of course. I didn't realize we've been streaming that long, but it is what it is. Let me see if we can make it before the rest of these questions are answered. Uh, can we have like a single thread for hotels? Yeah, unfortunately, they're not going to do that anymore. They stopped doing that here. All right, so we're back to caught up. What's Chaz say? I kind of want to cosplay, but I'm not sure. You this Chaz? One of my favorite parts was just taking pics with cosplayers and talking to them about the stuff they was hella chill. Yeah, yeah, it was dope. That's the dopest part. Is like appreciating the work that people put in their cosplays. You gotta like that. Yeah, Eric, he put in a lot of work with the Sith Lord. And mind you, we fly with a lot of this cosplay stuff. So Eric reassembles a lot of this cosplay stuff in the hotel room when we get there because we do fly across the country. So also, if you guys want Eric this year, if you get a chance, he had his big ass bag last year for his sword. But maybe teach people how to pack their cosplay for cross country travel versus like, hey, traveling down the street is one thing, for cross country travel is another. The best part of cosplay Chaz is that everyone is just like you. They're just more comfortable and open, expressing their love for the concepts. Yeah, okay. So that's what you guys need to remember about these cons. First of all, I know my camera just died. It's okay. We're gonna go black screen at this point. Let's just flip to screen number this one for now. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just take this off and we'll just go this screen. That way we can just do that. We're gonna move you out the way for a little bit. Anyway, so I'm gonna fix the camera tomorrow. It is what it is. The thing kind of died on me, and we're coming up to the end of this anyway. Greg said something really important. You guys got to remember these cons. Everyone's just like you. We're all nerds. We all like fucking Dragon Ball. We all like Sailor Moon. We all like Naruto. We like JJK. We're all the same. We're anime nerds. It's okay. And then the rest of us who aren't pure anime nerds are either comic nerds or cosplay nerds. But just remember, bro, everyone's just like you. We're all there just to have fun, to meet new people, to experience the stuff we really, really like. So just remember that, bro. Just remember, everyone's there just to have fun. So I know a lot of people, one of the craziest things about these cons is a lot of people are not confident when they go, but just remember, everyone there is literally just there to have fun, just like you are. like purely there to have fun. So, enjoy yourself. Meet new people. Say what up to your boy. Me and Eric could be around. We friendly as hell. Just say, hey, how you doing? How things going? We be out there. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up tonight's stream because I did go on a little longer than I thought. But I do appreciate you guys. As always, this is AB3 Anime. We will see you in the next stream. Tomorrow is Wednesday night. So aside from watching Fallout, I might hop on and do another stream, but we do gotta watch Fallout tomorrow night. So Fallout does have to happen first. I found out from AX Housing that my Anime Expo ticket was for Artist Alley, but I don't remember there being an admission type when I picked the 4-day ticket. There is an admission type, Mr. J-Way. Yeah, it was hella nice meeting everyone last year. You know what? I might try to cosplay at least 2 cosplays from Easy Cosplay. I suck at making stuff. Thanks, Eric at AB3. Yeah, bro, just do something easy, bro. Don't do anything crazy. Sometimes the easiest cosplays are the best. One of Eric's dopest cosplays is his Green Lantern, and it's literally just a straight up Green Lantern suit. And then he zombified it later for the second time. Well, the first time he wore it, it was just a straight up Green Lantern suit. Sometimes it's just that simple, bro. Just have fun. Enjoy yourself. We out here. Anyway, see you guys next stream. Actually, before we go, we're going to check something from Mr. J-Way real quick. So, Mr. J-Way just brought up something. I don't know if you guys noticed, but for some reason, there were a lot of ticket options for Anime Expo, as in, like, we don't need to go private. That'd be some wicked websites. I heard about a YouTuber just getting in trouble for that shit. That was crazy. Ticket options. So I didn't do it and I didn't change anything, but apparently there is a drop down where when you go get your ticket, you can change somewhere in here your status or whatever. But I don't know why it did that for some people, and it shouldn't be. It should take you to a separate website if you need to do Artist Alley or something. But for some people, it was taking them to somewhere else and having them select if they were a general attendee, if they were artists, if they were this, that. It was a bunch of different things. But yeah, again, Eric said message us on the Discord. For those of you guys who do not know, if you want to join the AB3 Anime Discord, it is free, ain't no charge. Go to our YouTube page. It is literally a link right here that takes you directly to our Discord page. You guys can join. You can message us directly up there. I'm in there, Eric's in there, Chaz is in there, Colorado's in there. There's a book. You can literally just message us directly, and we can all talk and communicate while we're in there. So literally, it's the easiest way to get up with your boy and ask a question, besides leaving a comment on the video. And feel free to leave comments on the videos. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Have a good night, and again, we'll